What the fuck? Is my game bugging? What am I in? Yo, what the fuck is going on? There we go. Shitty boys. Me and Stan just fucked up AT&T. Splash Bros with it. We just made 3 apiece. Send a spirit to the air like a B&B. And if the hair right, I'll put her in some D&G. Bitch saw me one time, it was on ball. Fucking DC. Do I look like John Wall? I'm finna up this one shit that's beyond y'all. She know I'm the man answering the Tron ball. Walk through the rain, now my fit's wet as hell. Mary Jeans, triple S's, bitch, can't you tell? I'm the GOAT, bitch, can't you spell? $100 for a gram, bitch, can't you smell? Alright, I could go for 2 minutes if I wanted to. Let me cut it cut it there. Today we are rebuilding the Washington Commanders. We got Dan Quinn as our head coach. The Commanders were an interesting team. Going into the year, I think a lot of people had high hopes for Sam Howell. I had decently high hopes. I expected him to do about as much as he did. I do think Sam Howell deserves a little bit of slack. How many times did he get sacked this year? He got sacked 65 times. So, I mean, can you really put the blame on Sam Howell when this is his O-line protecting him? I think he'd be a good backup. I think there's a couple places he could be a potential bridge quarterback for. I mean, I wouldn't hate him on, like, the Steelers, maybe even, like, the Falcons or something weird like that, but I think it's time for the Falcons to move on to somebody better, not someone in the Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell range. And then obviously we lost Chase Young, we lost Montez Sweat. We still have one of the best interior D-lines in the league. I honestly expected them to trade Jonathan Allen over Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat is a really good D-end. He's better than Chase Young, in my opinion. I think that's just an actual factual. But this defense is looking a little rough. Linebackers are really weak. We have a decent secondary, and I think Emmanuel Forbes will develop pretty well for us. But we should have the second overall pick, and we are going to be trying to trade up for Caleb Williams. If you enjoy Madden Rebuilds or you enjoy the video, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're currently on the road to 200. Hopefully we're already there by the time this video is uploaded. If we are, thank you. Just wanted to make sure I plugged real quick. My older brother just recently started a Madden channel, Good Time Gaming. He did this video. He rebuilt the Commanders with Caleb Williams. He rebuilt them with Dan Quinn. I kind of stole his idea, because, you know, I really want to rebuild the Commanders with Caleb Williams, because that's where I think he's going to fall to. So shout out to him. Go check out his video when you're done with this one. Yeah, so we're going to be trying to draft my boy Caleb Williams. I don't know who else we're going to try to target in the draft. Definitely some O-linemen. Maybe we could even trade up and get another high first-round pick and go for Joe Alt. But we got some pretty decent O-linemen in this class, so we're just going to have to find out. But we have 31 players ready to negotiate, but we have $110 million to do so. I'd like to bring back Kendall Fuller for one more year. 12 mil is a little bit expensive, but we're going to give it to him. I would definitely want to bring back Cam Curl. We'll give him 4 years, 32 mil. He also resigns. And then Jamin Davis is one of our only good linebackers. 12 mil is a little bit expensive, but I will accept this 5th-year option. Antonio Gibson isn't very good in this game. I think he's a little... I was going to say he's overrated in real life, but he didn't get as much playing time as previous years. But this is a really cheap deal, so we may as well just go ahead and give it to him in case we're not able to hit on a better running back. Cody Barton is one of our higher overall linebackers. He isn't very interested, but we'll give him 3 years, 20.4 mil. He wants to test out free agency. That doesn't bother me. And we will probably let the rest of these players go. I honestly did not know that the Commanders had Byron Pringle on their team. But now it's time to get into free agency. Hopefully there's a good edge rusher here because, you know, we traded both of our edge rushers away. Even maybe an O-lineman. Sometimes Cesar Ruiz will hit the first wave of free agency. Ooh, I would really want to go for Michael Pittman, but he's not even interested in the team. In free agency, I am going to make an offer to Michael Pittman. We may as well give it a shot. In free agency, we're going to go for Michael Pittman, Patrick Queen, and Jadeveon Clowney. We'll obviously move Jadeveon Clowney down to the D-line. He's really good in this game, so I think this will be a good addition to the team. So let's go ahead and send these offers through. I don't expect these players to sign in this first wave, and if they do, I honestly don't expect them to sign with us. Not the craziest free agent class, but we are going to see if these guys want to play for us. And it looks like 2 players do sign, and we got Jadeveon Clowney. Patrick Queen has not signed yet. He may go to the Texans, but we are going to go ahead and send this offer through again. And it looks like he does go to the Texans. We're also going to go for Devin Singletary and Jordan Brooks. They do both sign, and we do not get Singletary, but we do get Jordan Brooks. I'm all right with not having that good of a running back for this season. We'll still have Brian Robinson. Any man wish death upon me. But in the draft, sometimes in simulation, the Bears will draft like Marvin Harrison or something first overall and don't take Caleb Williams. But so that it's more realistic and so that we can be sure we're going to get him, we are going to try to trade up to number 1 with the Bears. When I edit these videos, I realize I say, a lot, and it's just, oh my god. I think I actually have a pretty interesting plan here. And here it is. We are trading our first, 2 seconds, and a third from this year's draft, a first from next year, and a fourth from 2026 for the first and the 9th overall pick. The hope is that Joe Alt will fall to number 9, which I don't know where he's projected to go here. Probably would have been smarter to check before I do that. But what's good about getting the 9th overall pick as well is if Joe Alt falls later, we can always just trade down with the 9th pick. Bro, why is it not showing me the mock draft? Alright, this game is fucking terrible. So let's just get into the draft. I guess we'll just see what happens. But we will be taking Caleb Williams first overall. And I kind of think this is what the Commanders will do in real life. Maybe not trade up for 1 and 9. But I do think they're going to try to trade up to 1 and get Caleb Williams, especially after the addition of Cliff Kingsbury. So Caleb Williams, welcome to the Washington Commanders. Hidden Dev at 95 throw power, 89 excel, 87 speed, 22 out of USC, of course. Let's see what you can do, man. And then this is the interesting part. I want to see if we are able to get Joe Alt with the next pick we have. So the Bears go with Marvin Harrison. The Patriots go with, dude, these fucking drafts are so bad. Dallas Turner goes to the Patriots. Kool-Aid McKinstry goes 4th overall to the Cardinals. That's interesting. Bro, there's no way we're 6 picks in and nobody's even taken Drake May yet. And the Giants end up with Drake May. Brock Bowers goes to the Titans, and the Falcons take Jerzon Newton. So we are going to be getting Joe Alt. Joe Alt, 21 out of Notre Dame, only 33 bench reps at his combine, but he's an athlete. He has good finesse, really good pass blocker, which is exactly what we need out of a tackle. He's 6'8", 322. So welcome to the Commanders, Joe Alt. Only 85 strength, but I think he's going to be a good overall. I actually haven't really used these draft classes before because this is a different draft class than I normally use, and last time I used it, I accidentally skipped the draft. With the next pick, I may go with Blake Corum. He had a really good combine. He ran a 4.37. I feel like that should be elite speed, but he has pretty good core attribute to be carrying a ball carrier vision. The rest are a little scary. It's a bunch of A to C's. We could also go with Brendan Rice at a USC, pair him up with Caleb Williams. B medium route and short route, A to C release. This guy's not a day 3 guy. The other guy was. Let's go with Brendan Rice. He's probably going to have normal, which he does. But 92 speed, 92 excel is not bad. He'll probably be like a 70-ish overall. And who knows, maybe the running back will be available here in the 5th round. And we matched up Caleb Williams with Brendan Rice, so maybe they'll have a good connection. And the running back we were looking at is not here anymore, but Frank Gore Jr. is. That could be an interesting pick. His ratings look pretty bad, but his core attributes don't look terrible. A to C stiff arm, B to D trucking, A ball carrier vision, A to C break tackle. He's also going to have normal dev, but we are going to go ahead and take him. He's only 5'8". That's crazy. But that's going to be the last pick we take in the draft here, so we're going to go ahead and sim this out. It would have been nice to add like an edge rusher or something, but I honestly don't hate it. We also added Jadeveon Clowney in the offseason. And looking at the draft recap, we did good. I thought Caleb Williams was a higher overall, but again, this is my first time using this draft class, so I wouldn't know. Caleb Williams is a 78. Joe Alt is a 75. He's going to start for us at tackle. Brendan Rice is a 71, definitely not bad. Frank Gore is also a 71. He'll have a spot for us somewhere in the lineup. But dude, the draft order on these draft classes are so bad. Marvin Harrison going 2nd isn't bad. Dallas Turner going 3rd is stupid. Kool-Aid McKinstry could go pretty high, but 4th overall over Drake May. I don't know. Jared Verse, I mean, I guess, but I feel like if the Chargers, they need to add like trade downs and trade ups in this game, because I feel like if the Chargers were left with this pick and Drake May was still on the board, they could just trade it away and get so much value. But I don't know. I don't really like it. And where did Jaden Daniels fall to? Jaden Daniels went in the 2nd round to the Eagles. So whatever. Where's Jaden Daniels supposed to go in mock drafts right now? I think some of them have him going to like the Patriots. I know he's going in the 1st round at least. Honestly forgot that we re-signed Antonio Gibson, or I wouldn't have drafted Frank Gore Jr. We're going to move Rice up in the depth chart. And I think Andrew Wiley would be a pretty good guard. He's a power tackle anyway. He is a big for a guard. He's 6'6". But I mean, I think he'd be a good guard for us. Stromberg does have a star dev, but I think he'd be a good guard for us so that we can start Joe Alt at tackle. So this is what the offense is looking like after the draft. We got a new receiver. We obviously got Caleb Williams and Joe Alt on offense. And this is how the defense looks. The only real differences are Jordan Brooks and Jadeveon Clowney. We could move Martin over to free safety, but I mean, Derek Forrest is a higher overall, and he's only 25. I mean, we may as well let him stay there. But I don't hate the defense. We always have a pretty big hole at left end, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm glad we added Jadeveon Clowney. Got to move Emmanuel Forbes back up in the depth chart, but St. Just is normally pretty good in this game. I've seen him develop pretty well. Treyway. And I've actually seen the Commanders playbook do really good in this game as of recently, so we're going to stick with the Commanders offensive playbook. I am going to use the Dallas defensive playbook for the first year. And somehow we only have a 75 overall offense. I don't know what contracts we have coming up too, but I know that we have some players getting paid way too much money. Is Curtis Samuel not on this team anymore? Am I a casual? I don't know. Maybe I'm about to get flamed in the comments for being a fucking idiot. I think it was Curtis Samuel that got paid a lot of money, but he's not here anymore. So I'm excited for the season. Hopefully Caleb Williams can have a good first season. Hopefully win Offensive Rookie of the Year. That would be pretty big for us. O-line could still use a little bit of work, but if you've seen these videos or if you've done your own rebuilds before, you know that lower overall O-linemen tend to play better for some reason in simulation. Don't know why that is. It doesn't make any sense. But with that being said, I'm pretty okay with how our offensive line looks as of now. I'm sure we'll only allow like 20 sacks on the year. I don't know if I already said this, but we're going with the Dallas defensive playbook since we have Dan Quinn as our head coach now. We should probably scout some tight ends because I don't think Logan Thomas is going to be very good for us long term. But I'm very curious to see how this team is going to do in simulation for the first year. So let's get to the midseason and let's see how the team's looking. Maybe this is why Curtis Samuel wasn't here. I forgot to turn off pre-existing injury. Fuck. Did Curtis Samuel get injured this year? I feel like he did. But at the midseason, we're only 2-5. Offense is not playing very good. Defense is playing better, but still not very good. Caleb Williams is doing pretty bad. 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, only a 59% completion percentage. Brian Robinson's doing pretty bad, only averaging 3.3 per carry. Maybe we start Antonio Gibson because he's averaging 4 per carry. Brian Robinson does have 5 touchdowns, though. Terry McLaurin's leading receiver. That's always good to see. De'Ami Brown. How is De'Ami Brown getting reps? Dude, I benched him. Yeah, we're going to be starting Antonio Gibson for the rest of this season at least, because Brian Robinson is doing pretty terrible. We have some upgrades to give, and then we will see what players we have ready to re-sign. So we have $75 million to work with here. We have to re-sign Kendall Fuller again. We need to bring back Sam Cosmi, Derek Forrest, Benjamin St. Just. The rest of these guys I'm okay with losing. So actually, I'd like to bring back Charles Leno Jr., although he's pretty old and going to be pretty expensive. Let's go ahead and start off with Sam Cosmi. He's only 25 years old. He's not very interested. So we're going to give him a 4-year, $59 million deal, and he does re-sign. Kendall Fuller, we'll bring him back for 1 more year, 1 year, $13 million. He also re-signs. Derek Forrest is only 25, although I'd like a better dev trait. He's a pretty good safety. We're not going to be able to get much better as of right now, so we'll give him 3 years, $18 million. He does not re-sign. We'll try to get him back at the end of the year. Same with St. Just. Let's try to get back Charles Leno. We'll give him 2 years, $23 million, and he also does not re-sign. Tried to up the money, actually up the years, but I'm not too upset about it. I guess I'll re-sign Jason Sanders as well, so we don't have to sign a kicker. But yeah, we're not doing so hot right now. Let me make sure I changed our defensive playbook. Yeah, I did change the defensive playbook. So we are in the Cowboys defense. I don't know why our offense is doing so bad. I've seen this playbook do good before. It's just not doing good right now. And we don't even have our first round pick in the upcoming draft. So it'd be nice if we could win some games here because losing doesn't even matter to us right now. So let's go ahead and get to the end of the season and let's see how we finish off. And we finished the year 3-14. Did we give the Bears another number 1 overall pick? Are they about to have it 3 years in a row? No, we gave them the 3rd, but damn, the Bears are a pretty fortunate franchise. Let's see how everybody did this year. Hopefully the second half of the year was better. Caleb Williams did have a better second half of the year. Still not very good. 3,600 yards, 22 touchdowns, 14 picks, 63 completion percentage. Antonio Gibson was a little better than Brian Robinson was. Not much better. 600 yards, 3.5 per carry, 4 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin got 900 yards, 2 touchdowns. Logan Thomas got 729 yards. Jahan Dotz had 700 yards. And Brendan Rice got 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, which is good to see out of him. Why they took Kobe, man, they could have took Chris Paul. Joe Alt allows 9 sacks his rookie year. I'm honestly not too upset about that. He is a rookie. He'll probably get better. Charles Leno was really good. Trent Scott, I guess he was playing at guard for us somewhere. Sam Cosmi did good, and Gates was good. The O-line was not bad, honestly, especially compared to the Commanders' real-life O-line. Jamin Davis leads the team in tackles with 122, 26 TFLs out of Daron Payne, 22 out of Jonathan Allen, 21 out of Jadeveon Clowney, 18 out of KJ Henry. We got a lot of TFLs. 8.5 sacks out of Clowney, 6 out of Jonathan Allen, 5 out of KJ Henry, 1.5 out of Jamin Davis, 4 picks out of Emmanuel Forbes. Good to see out of him. He'll probably progress pretty good. Kendall Fuller got 2, and it looks like Jordan Brooks got 1. Jordan Brooks. Not many picks on the year, but I mean, I'll take it. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Cooper Kupp, no Commanders. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons, no Commanders. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Drake May for the Giants. Caleb Williams comes in 2nd, and Brendan Rice comes in 8th. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Latu to the Vikings. No Commanders. We didn't have any rookies on defense. How do we have the 29th defense in rush yards per game with all those TFLs? That doesn't even make sense. It looks like we have a rematch from the Super Bowl of last year, and the Chiefs win it again, 14-6. We do not lose anybody to retirement, fortunately. So let's get into the next week and see who we have to re-sign here. So we have $76 million, and we brought back almost everybody we wanted at the midseason. We're not going to accept this 5th-year option. $25 million is way too much for Jahan Dotson. And Derek Forrest did go up to star, so I'd really like to bring him back. We'll give him a better deal. 4 years, $28 million, pretty cheap, and he does take it. Benjamin St. Just, we may as well bring back, but I'm not going to give him too much money. If he accepts 2 years, $10 million, we'll re-sign him, and he does re-sign. And I believe that's going to be everybody that we bring back here. Oh, I forgot we didn't get Charles Leno. He had a good year for us. 2 years, $25 million, and he does re-sign. But hopefully there's some good free agents we can add here. I'll bet you guys $100 that Nick Chubb is in free agency. Oh, y'all owe me $100. Ooh, Devonta Smith. I don't think I've seen him hit free agency before. That could be a really good addition. So in free agency, we're going to go for Devonta Smith, Greg Newsome, and Khalil Mack. Probably won't get Greg Newsome. I think we'll get Devonta Smith. Khalil Mack's only offer as of right now. So let's go ahead and send these offers through. I really hope we get Devonta Smith. Looks like everybody signs besides Khalil Mack. And we got Devonta Smith and Greg Newsome. We're still Khalil Mack's only offer. He's probably going to hold out till he gets another. Oh, and he doesn't. And we got all 3 players we went for. Khalil Mack's going to help out our D-line a lot. I wish we didn't re-sign St. Just if we were going to add Greg Newsome, but it's whatever because we're going to lose Kendall Fuller here pretty soon. But I really like that free agency class. We're building around Caleb Williams. We're going to make his job easier. We're probably going to change the offensive playbook this year. Maybe we'll go with it for 1 more year. Our offense wasn't too talented. I don't know. We'll have to see. But after free agency, this is how the offense is looking. I like it a lot. The O-line needs some work. We can target that in the draft. Same with tight end. We really, really need a tight end, but you can get tight ends in the later rounds. I like our receiving core. When Terry McLaurin's contract year comes up, we probably will be trading him, unfortunately. But we add Devonta Smith to the receiving core. That's huge. May as well start Stromberg at center if he's going to have a good dev trait. And then the defense looks really good. We have a really good D-line. We have 2 kind of older edge rushers, but they're both pretty good in this game. 2 really good interior guys. Deron Payne goes up to X Factor. And Derek Forrest, as we saw earlier, went up to star. And now we have 3 good corners. Kendall Fuller is getting up there in age, but Emmanuel Forbes is young, as is Greg Newsome, and so is St. Just. Actually, I think St. Just is like 27. Yeah, he is 27. So we'll probably have to get a corner eventually, but we don't need to worry about that right now. In the draft, we definitely need to target some O-line and tight end, probably a receiver too, to eventually replace Terry McLaurin. And then on defense, I may not draft anybody for defense this year. Maybe we'll add a linebacker, but I'm okay with Butler being there because, again, I think I've said this before. I don't think 3 linebackers play at the same time in these playbooks very often. But we obviously do not have our first-round pick. We traded it to the Bears. The Bears had the first overall pick 2 years in a row, and we give them the 3rd overall pick this year. Oh, God. The Bears are about to be a dynasty. Damn, I said I wasn't going to draft defense, but Kareem Thomas looks really, really good. Elite Excel, only good speed, even though he ran a 4.38, B-man, press, and zone. Really bad play rec. If I don't find a good receiver or tight end, we may be taking Kareem Thomas here in the first round. There's another good corner. Ron Bost, 23 out of West Michigan. He's slower. But look, he ran a 4.51 and also has good speed. But elite acceleration, elite change of direction, A-man coverage, A to C press, B-zone. Oh, that's so tempting. There are some good tight ends, though. Tony Burke looks pretty good. I just hate taking early round tight ends. They always have normal, but this guy looks really good. B, pass block and catch in traffic. A, spec catch. A, awareness. Oh, the corners look so much better. And I mean, there's some other decent looking tight ends, too. If you can hear my fucking annoying ass cat meowing, I'm so sorry. There's also other good corners, though. I didn't even look at the O-lineman, though. Fuck it, we're going with Kareem Thomas. Hidden dev, 92 speed, 6'2". He's not going to start for us this year. We'll probably start him as our slot corner, but I couldn't pass up on him. I know we don't need a corner right now, but we're going to treat this like it's real life, and we're just going to go for the best player. We're not going to go for position. And then hopefully we can get an O-lineman and a tight end in the next 2 rounds. When there's a day 3 tight end, Craig Byer, 23 years old. He looks pretty good, but I want to look at the O-lineman first because I'd rather have O-lineman than a tight end. I think we're going to go with Kalen Ingram here. He's 22 out of A&M. He wasn't the strongest, but he has elite excel, agility, and change of direction. B run block, B to D run block, finesse, B to D run block, or pass block power. D run block power is really scary, but we need O-line. Let's go ahead and take him. Hidden dev, 87 strength. We will take that. I think we're going to go with Greg Rose instead at tight end. Here in a 4.67 and at 25 bench reps. Blocking looks pretty bad, but A, catching traffic, B, awareness. Maybe he'll have hidden dev. The later round tight ends are normally more likely to, but he'll probably have normal. He does have normal, but as long as he's not a 60-2 overall, he'll be our starting tight end this year. And the CPU can take over from here. We'll get to the end of the draft and look at the draft recap. But this is how we did in the draft. Kareem Thomas was a 77 overall, so I'm glad we drafted him. We also only signed Kendall Fuller to a one-year deal, so maybe we trade him at the midseason, give Kareem Thomas a starting spot. Kalen Ingram's a 73. He'll probably find a starting spot somewhere on the O-line. And Greg Rose is only a 68, but like I said earlier, he's good enough to start for us. The first overall pick was an 83 overall corner. The next best player was a 79, so that's definitely the best player in the class. So we're going to start Ingram at center this year. Rose is going to start at tight end. That's pretty much the only changes to the offense. Yeah, and let's go ahead and start Thomas at the slot corner. But this is how the defense looks. Pretty much the same other than, backup corner, depth corner. We'll probably trade Kendall Fuller at the midseason. We also need to trade Sam Howell. I haven't done that yet, and he's still a 75 overall, so we should be able to get some decent value out of him. This may be Terry McLaurin's contract year coming up. If it is, we'll probably trade him at the midseason as well, unless we're like 7-0 or something. We do have an 87 overall defense. We're going to try out the Commanders' offensive playbook for the first half of the year. We do have trade offers for Sam Howell, so let me take a look at these. Byron Murphy for Sam Howell. We don't need him, but that's insane. Tyjae Spears. Okay, this is tempting. Mike Gesicki as superstar. So we're trading Sam Howell to the Broncos for superstar Mike Gesicki and a third-round pick. But going into this season, we have an 82 overall team. I think we're going to be better than 3-14 at least. It's Caleb Williams' second year now. Hopefully we can at least get 7 wins or something. It'd be nice if we can make the playoffs, but I don't think that's going to happen. If we're good at the midseason, we'll keep all our players around. If not, we'll probably be trading Kendall Fuller and Terry McLaurin. Don't know if I already said this. Let's get to the midseason and let's see how the team's doing. And at the midseason, we are 5-2. We have the 4th defensive points per game, the 15th offense. Let's see how everybody's doing. Caleb Williams is doing pretty good. 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 picks, 64 completion percentage. Brian Robinson isn't doing terrible. I'd like him to average more per carry, but almost 500 yards, 4 touchdowns. Devonta Smith was a great addition. He's doing great for us. So is Mike Gesicki. He has 4 touchdowns. O-line's doing pretty good. Joe Alt's still not doing that good, but the rest of the O-line, pretty good. Khalil Mack already has 7.5 sacks at the midseason. 10 TFLs out of him as well. And Jamin Davis already has 2 picks. We got 1 out of Greg Newsome, Fuller, Brooks, Curl. We almost have as many picks as we did last year as a whole. So depending on the cap situation, we're going to try to bring back all the players we need to. I think it's Terry McLaurin's contract year, though. It is, and he's not even interested. We also need to re-sign Jonathan Allen, Jamin Davis, Jahan Dotson, Brian Robinson, Kendall Fuller, Khalil Mack, Jadeveon Clowney. Holy fuck. We'll probably save Terry McLaurin until last because we may have to trade him because, obviously, we're doing good, but I don't know. I got to think long term. But I want to bring back Jonathan Allen for sure, and this is going to be real expensive. We'll give him 2 years, $47 million. He re-signs. Jamin Davis has been playing good for us. He's only 26. We'll give him 5 years, $49 million. He says it's tempting. He does not take it, though. Jahan Dotson, I'd like to keep around. This isn't too expensive. We'll give him 3 years, $21 million, and he does re-sign. We'll hold off on Brian Robinson until the end of the year. Same with Kendall Fuller. He'll probably regress and get a little cheaper. And I almost want to trade him so our rookie can... Actually, let's see what our rookie's dev trait was. If he is superstar or X Factor, we'll trade Kendall Fuller. If he's star, we will keep Kendall Fuller around for another year. Yeah, he's only star, so we'll go ahead and we'll keep Kendall Fuller around for 1 more year. So we'll re-sign Kendall Fuller at the end of the year. I like Khalil Mack for 1 more year. He's doing good, but that's expensive. We'll wait till the end of the year for him as well because he'll probably regress. Jadeveon Clowney isn't too expensive. He wants 1 year, $10 million. I'll up it a little bit because he's not very interested. We'll give him 1 year, $11.5 million. He does not take it. But that's all the important players left, and even after offering all of them, we still have $58 million. We may as well bring back Terry McLaurin, assuming he takes 4 years, $75 million. He says it's tempting. He does not take it. We'll probably try to re-sign those players next week, at least the important ones. We get a win in week 8, but we got to try to bring back the players we missed out on last week. Jamin Davis didn't take this offer. We'll give him 5 years, $52.5 million. He resigns. Jadeveon Clowney didn't sign either. He's 32. We should probably wait till the end of the season to re-sign him, to be honest. So we'll wait on Khalil Mack and Jadeveon Clowney. I don't feel like giving Khalil Mack $20 million. But let's see if we can get Terry McLaurin back. 4 years, $78 million, and he resigns. So now we're going to get to the end of the season and hopefully find ourselves in a playoff spot here. No way we choke the second half of the year that hard. So we start off 6-2. We lose 2 straight. We win another 2. We lose 2 more straight. We win another 1, and then we lose 2 more. Fuck, dude. That's really disappointing, dude. I guess let's take a look how everybody did. Caleb Williams actually had a pretty good year. 3,500 yards, 31 touchdowns, 12 picks, 69 completion percentage. Brian Robinson was pretty bad. We're probably going to try to move on from him this next upcoming year. 1,000 yards is good. 11 touchdowns is good, but 3.6 per carry, not very good. Devonta Smith was great. This could be Offensive Player of the Year numbers. 1,200 yards, 17 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin, 850 yards, almost 3 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson did good. Gesicki with 500 yards, 6 touchdowns. O-line wasn't bad. Our tackles were pretty bad. Joe Alt. And actually, this isn't bad, honestly. 16 combined out of our tackles, and then 13 out of the interior. So a little less than 30 on the year. Wow, we were on defense a lot. 300 tackles between 3 players. 350, honestly. But Jordan Brooks leads the team in tackles with 123. 25 TFLs out of Khalil Mack, 19 out of Clowney, 19 out of Payne, 16 out of Jonathan Allen, 16.5 sacks out of Khalil Mack. He may have won Defensive Player of the Year. 7.5 sacks out of Clowney, 5 out of Deron Payne, 3.5 out of Jonathan Allen. 2 picks out of Jamin Davis, 2 out of Greg Newsome, 2 out of Kendall Fuller, 2 out of Derek Forrest, 1 out of Jordan Brooks, 1 out of Cam Curl. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson, no Commanders in the voting. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Keenan Allen. Devonta Smith comes in 4th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald. We came in 3rd with Khalil Mack. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jared Perillo for the Saints. Greg Rose comes in 9th. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Stevie Jackson for the Bears. We came in 6th with Kareem Thomas. I'm so disappointed. How did we start off 6-2 and not make the playoffs, dude? I think we need a running back. I think for some reason in this game, running back is the most important position to how you do in the sim. If you don't have a good running back, you're not going to do good in simulation. So we need to try to add a running back this offseason. Look like the Niners made it to a 3rd straight Super Bowl and lost again to the Ravens, 38-28. No retirement, so Charles Leno's staying for another year. He's been playing good for us, so that actually makes me pretty happy. But we're about to have to give Khalil Mack a fucking bag. We're not going to accept the 5th year for Emmanuel Forbes. $19 million is a lot for him. We're not going to re-sign Brian Robinson. Kendall Fuller doesn't want much money, but we have another corner to replace him. We may as well offer him this. This is really cheap. 1 year, $9 million. He resigns. Why did Khalil Mack go down in dev trade after almost winning defense? Oh my God. 1 year, $15 million. He resigns. And then Clowney will give him 1 year, $11.6 million. He resigns. So it leaves us $13 million to hopefully sign a running back in free agency, assuming one hits free agency. We're going to have to go ahead and find out. Come on, all I'm asking for is a running back. I mean, David Montgomery, better than nothing, I guess. That's about all we can afford to go for. So we're going to try to get David Montgomery here in free agency. We're his only offer, so he does sign with us. Here's how the offense looks going into the draft. We had David Montgomery, Brian Robinson, and Antonio Gibson are gone. Devonta Smith goes up to X Factor. Ingram's moving over to guard. We need to draft a center. Defense still looks good. It's really fresh. I get Khalil Mack's old, but dude, he got 16 sacks, 20 TFLs. He goes down in depth trait. Someone want to explain it to me? I don't fucking know. But I like the defense a lot. We got good safeties, good corners, good D-line. We still technically need another linebacker, but it doesn't look too bad. So let's go ahead and hop into the draft. Probably strictly draft O-lineman unless there looks like there's a generational running back. Yeah, it doesn't really look like there's a generational running back. But the center actually looks pretty good. Peter Burton, he's 21 out of USF. Only solid strength, but he has elite change of direction. Really good run blocking, which is what you need out of a center. Let's go ahead and take him. We're trading a 2 and a 3 and a 5 for this year for the Bears first rounder next year. I don't know what really we need, and we have another pick in the 3rd round. And I don't know what to draft. I think it'd be nicer to have another first next year. We'll probably just go ahead and take Zach Hargrove here. He's also out of USF, also pretty weak. He's as good a pass blocker. We'll probably move him to tackle. He'll play behind Leno until he retires, and then we'll start him. Hidden Dev, only 83 strength, but he's a pass protector. I think he'll be a good tackle. He's kind of short for a tackle, but I mean, it's Madden. I don't think they even factor that in. Burton ended up a 74 overall, but Hargrove is a 78 overall. That's a good pick out of us. The CPU took a 75 overall receiver. Only normal dev, but 75 in the 6th round? Yeah, that's really good value. Looks like the best... Okay, there was a fucking generational running back. Looks like the best player in the class was an 84 overall running back who goes to the Cardinals. 81 overall tackle, 81 overall receiver, 80 receiver. There's an 80 quarterback and another 80 receiver. Wish we would have just drafted this running back. I mean, he wasn't available when we picked him, but if I would have seen him, if I would have scouted harder, I could have traded up for him or something. You know what? Hargrove is going to start at guard this year. When Leno retires, we'll move him out to tackle. Burton's also going to start on the O-line. The offense looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it. Defense also looks pretty good. Could have drafted a linebacker again, but again, I'm not. I didn't. The team looks really similar to last year, though, other than David Montgomery. I think this is probably Khalil Mack's and Jadeveon Clowney's last year for us. They'll probably do really good, but they're getting old. I feel like it'd be better off. We would be better off just trying to draft someone in the upcoming draft. But dude, how did we not make the play? Did we go 8-9 or 9-8 last year? We may have had a winning record. Should have made the playoffs, but we choked. Can't really be upset about it. Let's go ahead and get to the midseason, and let's see how we do. Getting a little bit of deja vu here. We're 5-2 at the midseason. We have the 23rd offensive points per game. We have the 5th defense. We're 5-2 though. I'll leave the offensive playbook how it is for now because I did end up sticking with the Commanders' offensive playbook. Looks like Caleb Williams is balling the fuck out. 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, 1 pick, 67 completion percentage. David Montgomery is doing about just as bad as every other I have brain damage. Is doing about just as bad as every other running back we've had this rebuild, but at least he has 4 touchdowns, I guess. We kind of need like an elusive back because we got Frank Gore actually might be an elusive back. I think I'm yapping. But Terry McLaurin is leading the team in receiving yards right now. He's 400, and Devonta Smith has 4 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson's doing pretty good, as is Mike Gesicki. O-line's doing pretty good. Joe Alt continues to be our allowed sack leader, but I mean, I think he's actually playing on the left side now, so kind of makes sense, and I think he'll slowly start to get better as he kind of has through this video. O-line's doing good. We're getting to the quarterback pretty decently. Khalil Mack already has 6 sacks. We have 4.5 out of Clowney. Only 2 picks so far on the year, but when we're 5-2, I can't really complain too much. I can complain if we choke the second half of the year like we did last year. But we have 19 players ready to negotiate. $93 million to bring him back. Definitely want to bring back Daron Payne. I'm going to give him 3 years, $69 million. Nice. He resigns. Emmanuel Forbes, I would definitely like to bring back. We'll give him, this is actually really cheap, 3 years, $16 million. He resigns. Jartavius Martin, we'll go ahead and bring him back as well. Actually, is he even starting for us? He's not, but Cam Curl's up to 27. I don't think we have much use for this guy. I think we're going to trade him, actually. So we're going to trade him away, and we're going to swap our 6th round pick with the Broncos' 4th round pick. We'll see if we want to re-sign Kendall Fuller at the end of the year. Same with St. Just. And honestly, we'll do the same with Jadeveon Clowney. I don't think we're going to have that many people to bring back. Same with Khalil Mack. It may be their last year for us because they're going to keep progressing, and we will have the 5th year for Caleb Williams. If it stays this cheap, we'll probably take it because quarterbacks ask for a lot of money in this game. Obviously, quarterbacks get paid a lot of money in real life as well. We have a breakout DB. Ooh, and Cam Curl got a breakout. So we'll go ahead and sim 1 week. We'll see if Cam Curl hits his breakout. All right, we lost 31-8, so I'm guessing we didn't hit the breakout. Yeah. We just lost 31-8 to the Giants. Well, let's get to the end of the season, and let's see how the team finishes off. We just lost in Week 9 as well, so I am going to change our offensive playbook. May as well change it to the Cowboys because we have Dan Quinn. We finished 9-8 again. We didn't make the playoffs again. We choked again. Caleb Williams had a good year, though. 4,100 yards, 37 touchdowns, 12 picks, 70 completion percentage. I think if we use Dallas's playbook all season, next season, we'll be in the playoffs. We need a new running back. David Montgomery's not doing very good. 3.6 per carry, only 6 touchdowns. Devonta Smith with another great year. 1,100 yards, 16 touchdowns. And Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin both almost had 1,000 yards. 6 touchdowns for Dotson, 5 for McLaurin. 6 touchdowns from Gesicki, and he got 780 yards. Joe Alt had a fucking terrible year. Our center had a really bad year. 7 sacks allowed at center is really bad. Leno did really good. Only 2 out of Cosme and only 1 out of Hargrove. Jordan Brooks leads the team in tackles with 119. 21 TFLs out of Daron Payne. 17 out of Khalil Mack. 16 out of Jonathan Allen. 12 out of Jadeveon Clowney. 12 sacks out of Jadeveon Clowney. 8 out of Khalil Mack. 7.5 out of Daron Payne. 3 out of Jonathan Allen. 4 interceptions out of Kendall Fuller. 2 out of Greg Newsome. 2 out of Jamin Davis. 1 out of Derek Forrest. MVP goes to Dak Prescott. Nothing else needs to be said. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to CeeDee Lamb. Nothing else needs to be said. Devonta Smith comes in 7th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brian Poole for the Packers. No Commanders. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Javier Dowling for the Cowboys. And why wouldn't the Cowboys wipe the awards? Let's sim to the offseason. I'm going to guess that the Super Bowl is going to be the Cowboys versus the fucking Chiefs. Because what else would it be? Oh, and would you look at that? The Chiefs went over the Cowboys 34-28. No retirements again. Charles Leno is still going to be playing for us, and he's been playing really good. Khalil Mack and Jadeveon Clowney both didn't retire either. They probably regressed pretty heavily, though, so we'll see if we want to re-sign either of them. Jadeveon Clowney's coming off a pretty good year, though. So we have the 5th year for Caleb Williams, $46 million. Let's get into the other re-signings first. $19 million for Joe Alt. So Jadeveon Clowney goes down to normal dev, 77 overall. We're not going to re-sign him. And Khalil Mack also goes down to normal dev. So we're not going to re-sign either of those players. We may as well just bring back Kendall Fuller again. We're going to keep doing so if he's going to stay this cheap. 1 year, $9.9 million, and he re-signs. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking. We'll probably just go ahead and accept both of these. Actually, I'll accept Caleb's. I'm not going to accept Joe Alt's. And that's all the re-signings we have to make. We're going to have $51 million to spend in free agency. I'm praying there's a fucking running back. Hopefully there's like one edge rusher in free agency as well. We'll sign him and then try to draft another one. Ooh, and we could bring back Chase Young. I mean, Tony Pollard and David Montgomery wouldn't be a bad combo, but Tony Pollard really buns in this game. So we're going to try to bring back Chase Young. He's not crazy in this game. He's better in this game than he is in real life, though. We could use him. We need edge rushers. We're going to try to add Tony Pollard as well. Tony Pollard's also pretty buns in this game, but he could be our elusive third down back, and David Montgomery can be the power back. I think that'd be a good combo. So let's send these offers through, and we do get both of them. So that's always good. We need to try to add another edge rusher in the draft. But here's how the offense looks going into the draft. Looks like we had to re-sign Charles Leno, and I missed it, but it's whatever. We'll draft another tackle. Or actually, no, I forgot that we can move Hargrove over to tackle. He's a really good pass protector. He may even go up an overall at tackle. We'll have to see. He also has superstar. Definitely a little small for a tackle, but I think he's going to be good over there anyway. And he's the same overall. He has -1 morale. So, but yeah, now Ingram can start at guard. I think that line actually looks really good. The receiving core looks really good. We have 2 decent running backs. So in the draft, we don't really need to touch offense unless there's some sort of generational running back. But I think that'd almost be a waste of a pick, especially when we really need another D end. And we also kind of need a linebacker. The corners look really good. It sucks that we haven't really found a spot in the lineup for Thomas. We'll just keep playing him at the slot corner. Ooh, and Jonathan Allen went down to normal. Or not normal. He went down to star, so that's not good. Damn, and the guy I wanted is projected to go first overall. Elite Excel, great speed. He also had 29 bench reps. A, awareness, block shedding, finesse moves, pursuit. B, power moves, and play rec. That's pretty unfortunate. Maybe we go for Matthew Dobbins, move him down to D end. He's only 22. Not as fast. Only good speed. B, block shedding. A to C finesse moves, but that's just, I wish I had more scouted. We could always trade up to 6 and try to get Tyler Marion, 22 out of Florida State. Ooh, great speed, elite jumping, change of direction, and excel. A finesse moves, A awareness, B play rec. Really low power moves. I really want the other guy more, but I don't think we're going to be able to trade up to 1 very easily. Oh, we have 2 first-round picks, though. Oh my god, it's so fucking close. Dude! And here it is. We're trading both of our first for this year, our second for this year and next year, and a 4th-round pick for the first overall pick. Little scary, because if this guy is not generational, we kind of did the most. But he looks so good. He had like A finesse moves, B power moves or something. Marcus Bush, 22 out of Ohio State. Elite excel, elite jumping, great speed. A block shedding, A finesse moves, A pursuit, B power moves. I think this guy is going to be really good. He's only around 1 talent, but he'll probably have hidden dev, and he's going to start for our D-line, and he's going to be amazing. Hidden dev, 84 strength, 84 speed, and 90 excel. Looks like he's about fucking 50 years old. And our next pick is obviously in the 3rd round. And I honestly kind of like Jesse Mays. He's 23 out of Ohio State. He ran a 4.52. He has elite speed, change of direction, agility, and excel. A zone coverage, B to D man, A to C play rec, B hit power. He is a day 3 projection, but with all these elite stats, I think he's going to be good. He may have normal dev, but I like him a lot. Let's take him. He does have normal, but we need a linebacker. He's going to start. I think he's going to be a really good overall too. The CPU can have the 4th round pick. We're going to sim to the draft recap, and we're going to see how we did. If that DN we drafted can at least just be like a 79 or higher, I think it was a good pick. And he is a 79 overall. Mays is a 73, so not a terrible pick. The CPU took a 74 overall tight end. He has hidden. That's actually a good pick because Gesicki's getting a little old, and he'll be our backup tight end, and he'll get playing time. Ooh, and we kind of missed out on Channing Clinton. He's a higher overall. That's a little unfortunate, but I don't hate what we did. I think Marcus Rush is going to be a good player for us. So after the draft, this is how the offense is looking. I like how the O-line looks a lot. Caleb Williams is up to an X factor. We have 2 decent running backs that can hopefully get the job done. I don't think they're going to do that much. We're going to have to find out. We have a really good receiving core. And on defense, we still have a really nice D-line. We got Younger and our edge rushers. We lost Jadeveon Clowney and Khalil Mack. But we brought Chase Young back to the Commanders. We drafted Marcus Rush. Mays is going to get a start at linebacker. There's really not many holes on this team, if I'm being honest. If anything holds us back this season, it's going to be running back play, as it has been a lot of the years. But I think us having 2 decent running backs is going to help, because Tony Pollard's going to be our third down back, and then Montgomery is going to be our power back. So hopefully that'll help us. But I believe this is the 4th year, and maybe the 5th. But we're going to have a full season with the Dallas offensive playbook, and the Dallas offensive playbook is insane in this game. So hopefully we can find ourselves in a playoff spot here. But let's get to the midseason, and, hopefully we're not like fucking 3-4 or something. We were 5-2 and 6-2 the last 2 years, and our roster's only gotten better. So realistically, we should have a pretty good record. My guess is that we're going to be 4-3 at the midseason. There is no way. We have the best lineup we've had so far, and we're 1-5. That's actually really frustrating. Sam Howell's leading the league in passing yards, by the way. Caleb Williams isn't doing terrible. 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 picks, 60 completion percentage is pretty bad. The running backs aren't doing terrible. Montgomery's averaging 5.7 per carry as the backup. Last year he averaged like 3. And I know if I start him, he's going to finish averaging like 3. Terry McLaurin only has 1 touchdown, but almost 500 yards. Devonta Smith is not doing as much this year as he done previous years. O-line's doing better than it has throughout the rebuild. I guess that's one positive. Hey, Marcus Rush has 5 sacks though at the midseason. Hopefully he'll win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and next year we'll do better, I guess. 3 picks on the year. I'd like to see more, but I mean, what's the problem? Is it running? I genuinely think it's because we don't have a running back. We're going to have to hope a running back hits free agency next year. I also am going to scout running backs. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a fucking, I don't know. There's good running backs in the drafts all the time. I don't know. Maybe we can hit on one. But we have 21 players ready to negotiate. $51 million to spend. We need to bring back Joe Alt, Cam Curl, Jordan Brooks, Jonathan Allen, Kendall Fuller. Yikes. We may have to trade. It might be finally time to trade Kendall Fuller. But first, let's try to bring back Joe Alt. He's pretty interested. We'll give him 4 years, $76 million, and he resigns. Cam Curl, I really want to bring back. He's not interested. We'll give him 4 years, $44 million. He's not interested in signing right now. Jordan Brooks has been playing good for us. We'll give him 4 years, $33 million, and he resigns. Damn, are we going to have the money for Jonathan Allen? No, we're going to have to hopefully re-sign Jonathan Allen at the end of the year, and we're probably going to be trading Kendall Fuller. So we're going to trade Tony Pollard, Kendall Fuller, 2 second-round picks and a third-round pick for Jonathan Taylor. We're kind of running out of draft picks because of all the picks we've been trading, because we traded up for the number 1 last year. But I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be somebody we could really use on this team. Hope Tony Pollard enjoyed his half of a season as a Commander. Or he may know that he did have half of a season. But now we add Jonathan Taylor to the running back group. He's really good in this game. It looks like our rookie tight end is actually higher overall than Gesicki now. So I guess we'll start him. Fuck it. And then on defense, we lose Kendall Fuller, but we have good corners outside of him. And Thomas is now going to get an actual technical starting spot. So hopefully we can finish out the year strong. I don't know. We're probably not going to be in the playoffs if we started off 1-5. But let's get to the end of the season and let's see how we finish. And of course, after I trade for Jonathan Taylor, there's a good running back on the board. That's so frustrating. And I guess finishing 7-10 after starting off, 1-5, 1-6, could have been a lot worse. Looks like the Raiders win the Super Bowl over the Giants. That's pretty interesting. We don't lose anybody to retirement, fortunately. But now we need to try to bring back Jonathan Allen. 1 year. I don't think I can do that for an 86 overall. We'll draft a fucking D-tackle. We'll try to bring back Cam Curl. He didn't accept our last offer. 4 years, $48 million, and he resigns. We're not going to bring back Jonathan Allen. He's a good player. He's been good for us, but I mean, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't give an 86 overall D tackle that much money, especially not going into free agency. There could be somebody better. We could draft a D tackle. There's a lot of things we could do. Of course, after I add Jonathan Taylor to the lineup, there's a good running back in free agency. Honestly, don't think we're going to go for anybody in free agency. Free agent class looks a little weak. I also didn't look at all of our dev traits and everything. I also didn't look at the stats and awards and shit. Fuck. Looks like our tight end has superstar, so that's awesome. Caleb Williams stays X Factor. Devonta Smith stays X Factor. Jonathan Taylor stays as a superstar. Marcus Rush does have superstar, though. He also has 2 upgrade points, so he probably did win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Can I still check the stats? Okay, I can. Caleb Williams did pretty good. 4,100 yards, 34 touchdowns, 10 picks, 67 completion percentage. Jonathan Taylor was great. Obviously, this wasn't all with us, but 1,400 yards, 4.9 per carry, 9 touchdowns. Devonta Smith, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin, almost 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson, almost 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. And our rookie tight end did pretty good for us. The O-line had one of their best years so far. Peter Burton is really bad. Damn, and Chase Young was so bad. We signed him to like a 4-year deal too. Maybe we'll trade him. I just don't want to eat all that cap. But 29 TFLs out of Chase Young. I don't know. That's pretty good, I guess. 11 out of Daron Payne, 9 out of Marcus Rush. 3 picks out of Greg Newsome, 2 out of Cam Curl, 2 out of Derek Forrest, 1 out of Jamin Davis. I cannot check the awards, but I can look at the yearly recap. We can see if Marcus Rush won Defensive Rookie of the Year for the whole league. And he did, so I guess that's good. Probably going to try to draft Eddie McKee. 6'5", 305 pounds. He was pretty fast. He has good speed, great strength. B power moves, A play rec, B finesse moves. Low awareness, kind of scares me that he'll have normal. But we have a pretty high first rounder, and this guy's projected to go first or second round. I don't think he's projected to go in the first round in the mock draft, so maybe we trade down. This video is about to be so long. This is so much harder than I thought it was going to be. So we're trading down to, okay. So we're trading down to 22 with the Broncos. We're also going to get their second round pick. We don't have a second round pick this year, so I guess that's pretty helpful. We could also go with Dante Lawrence. Nah, I mean, he has elite strength. Ooh, this guy looks good. If he's available in the second round, we'll take him and see who's better between the two. We are going to go with Eddie McKee. Welcome to the Commanders. Damn. I believe Dante Lawrence was the other guy I was looking at. Yeah, this is him. So let's go ahead and take him. Maybe he'll be better. Hidden dev, 90 strength. We'll probably start him at D tackle instead just for the dev trait. And I will take our 4th round pick because I'd like to see if we can get a center because the center we have is playing like booty cheeks. And I think we're going to go with Marvin Harrington. Elite, excel, change of direction, and jumping. He also has great strength. B run block finesse, A pass block finesse, A impact blocking. Let's take him. Hidden dev, 90 strength is great to see out of a center. That's going to be the last pick we take here in the draft. Let's see how we did in the draft recap. So the draft recap went okay. CPU took a strong safety. He was a 72 overall. I do want to see what overall Dante Lawrence is at D tackle. But I will say the other guy was a higher overall and a year younger, and he had normal, and this guy has hidden. I don't know. That'll never make sense to me. I feel like if you're younger and higher overall, you should have a better depth trait. But he is a 75 overall D tackle, so I guess I can't complain that much. But yeah, Harrington is definitely going to get the start center. Burton was really, really bad. Offense looks really good. I think with a full year with Jonathan Taylor, we're going to have a good season. D-line looks great. Lawrence is going to be a great D tackle for us. Corners look good. Linebackers look good. Safeties look good. But this will likely be the last year of the rebuild. We've been going on for too long. This video is probably over an hour up to this point. So we're going to get to the end of the season, and we're going to see how this team finishes off. We finish off the season 10-7, and we do finally find ourselves a playoff spot. We had the 5th offense in points per game, only the 23rd defense, which is kind of stupid. But Caleb Williams threw for 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, 5 picks. Jonathan Taylor was great. We finally got the running back we needed, 1,200 yards, 4.5 per carry, 14 touchdowns. Devonta Smith with another great. We had 3 1,000-yard receivers. Devonta Smith with 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin with 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. And Ronald Jensen was pretty good as well. Joe Alt was honestly not that good throughout this rebuild, but the rest of the O-line was really good. 7, 9, 10. We allowed like 21 sacks total on the year. Jamin Davis leads the team in tackles again. 19 TFLs out of Marcus Rush. 18 out of Daron Payne. 15 out of Chase Young. 8.5 sacks out of Marcus Rush. 7.5 out of Daron Payne. 5 out of Chase Young. Really wish we didn't sign Chase Young. He's pretty bad. 4 picks out of Greg Newsome, 2 out of Kareem Thomas, 2 out of Emmanuel Forbes, 1 out of Jamin Davis, 1 out of Derek Forrest, and 1 out of Cameron Curl. MVP, holy shit, I was not expecting that. MVP goes to Caleb Williams. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Puka Nacua. Caleb Williams places 5th, Devonta Smith places 6th, and Jonathan Taylor places 9th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. Surprise, surprise. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Timmy Gold for the Cowboys. Surprise. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Carl Drayton for the Cowboys. Surprise. We come in second to a divisional rival. Surprise. But we're going against the 49ers here in the wild card. It would really suck to end the video on a wild card loss. So let's send to the divisional and let's see if we can get a win here. And we do. We get our first playoff win of the video in Caleb Williams' MVP season. We're going against the Vikings in the divisional. Let's see who got the weekly award for the wild card. And Jordan Brooks got 12 tackles and 2 forced fumbles. Holy shit. Time to sim to the NFC Championship and see if we can get a win over the Vikings here. We're 4 overalls higher. And we do win by 2 touchdowns over the Vikings. We're going against the Giants here. We're also a higher overall than them. We're an 88. They're an 85. They went 12-5 though. I mean, we had a better offense. They had a better defense. This should be a good game, but we're a higher overall, so we deserve to win. Let's see who makes it to the Super Bowl. Dude, how do I always do this? Every time I say it's going to be the last year, I swear Madden just hears me and makes me go to the Super Bowl. Have to make sure I show you guys this. None of these were forced wins. The CPU won all of them on their own. Before we hop into the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, let's take a look at the lineup. Caleb Williams is a 93 overall, 98 with morale. He also has an upgrade, so technically he'll be a 99 with morale. No new dev traits on offense. And on defense, Marcus Rush goes up to X Factor. Greg Newsome goes up to Superstar. And it looks like the backup strong safety that the CPU drafted also has Superstar. But let's hop into the Super Bowl. We're going to play one drive on offense, and then we'll let the CPU do the rest. But I want to use this team. I want to use Caleb Williams. We're finally in the Super Bowl in the last year. Let's see what we can do. Looks like we held the Chiefs to a field goal on their opening drive. But yeah, let's get a drive going here on offense. Caleb Williams is wearing number 10. That's interesting. Quick little handoff to Jonathan Taylor. Can we avoid Chris Jones? No, we cannot. I said avoid and not avoid. Yeah, let's let Caleb Williams throw the ball. Let's be careful with the ball here, though. We're going to hit the tight end. Quick little check down. Get the first down. Let's give Jonathan Taylor some more action. We really just need to get by Chris Jones, and I think we can break free. We got to take this to the outside. Skirt. Hey, almost got the first down. 9 yards on the carry is not bad at all. Why is Andy Reid all up in my grill? Dude, I kind of want to throw up a fucking heaver. They are pressing Jahan Dotson. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah. No, dude. He was so open. Fuck. They only rushed 4. How? It's all right. Let's just pick up this first down here. Let's see what we can do. Come on. Let's pick up this first down. Oh, let's fucking go. That was really scary for a second. I didn't know if we were going to get that. Let's pass it again. First down and 10. Let's see if we can hit something here. Let's just hit Devonta Smith underneath. Quick first down. We'll take it. Dude, can my dogs please stop barking, dude? Sorry you can hear my dogs barking. Let's run this play. Quick little PA cross. Ooh, B's open. Ooh, get in there. Let's go. Terry McLaurin, touchdown in the Super Bowl. Opening drive, touchdown. Technically not the game opening drive, opening offensive drive. We hit the PAT. Chiefs are driving down, get a touchdown of their own. My dogs are barking. Please ignore it. I'm going to talk as much as I can. We're down by 10. We drive down the field, and we kick a field goal to make it a 7-point game. But they score early before the half. Holy shit, my dogs have problems. Holy shit, we're getting destroyed. I'm hopping in again and throwing another touchdown because if I don't, we're going to lose. I wonder if I could just send Devonta Smith deep and if he'll get open. Oh, I think it's going to be there. Come on, Devonta Smith, please. Oh, come on. That was kind of a bad throw. This could be cover 3. This could be man. If it's cover 3, McLaurin's going to be open. It's man, but I think I'm an idiot. Yeah. In my defense, I have a delay with the way I record my videos, but we are going to lose the Super Bowl. I don't think we deserve to win much anyway after how this went. I mean, we're kind of making it a game, though. If we can get down it, yeah, we're not going to win. This is bad. We're getting blown out. I did throw a pick, so I can't be upset. Can we at least get a touchdown to make it? No. Well, yeah, when I hop in and throw an interception, it doesn't make things very easy. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there. Maybe if I lobbed it to Terry McLaurin, he could have had a chance to beat his man, but I threw a bullet. I have a delay. I'm going to make that excuse every time I throw an interception. But that is going to be the end of the rebuild. It does suck ending the rebuild on a playoff, or on a Super Bowl blowout, but we were going against the Chiefs. Can't expect much. We did have the same overall team as them. I think even if I didn't hop in, the outcome wouldn't have changed very much, even if I didn't throw that interception. But the rebuild finished strong. We made it to the Super Bowl in the last year. If I did another year, I can only imagine how long this video would be. If you made it this far, you clearly enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment any videos you want to see, and I'm very likely to do it. That's going to be the end of this one. Deuces.